This timeline is crazy, man.
I know. So many things coming at one time.
Not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
No one wants him mentioned.
What's up, everyone? Buckle up, because this story is one wild ride picture. This a courtroom drama unfolding tears. Streaming emotions running high, and at the center of it all, none other than the daughters of music mogul Diddy comes. That's right, Diddy's daughters Delilah Chance and Jessie are reportedly at their breaking point, and the drama is spilling out for the world to see. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Why are these young women allegedly planning to file for emancipation? And how does this tie back to the mysterious circumstances surrounding their mother Kim Porter? Let's dive.
End of the day, just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
Here's the deal. Diddy's daughters, who have always been seen as the quieter, more private members of his family, are now dominating the headlines for years. They stood by their father's side, appearing at glamorous events or sharing sweet family moments. Social media, but now sources are claiming that the trio is ready to cutties and go their own way, and honestly, who could blame them with their father's name attached to one controversy after another? It's no wonder they might want to distance themselves. But here's the kicker, it's not just about the legal drama or the headlines, there's something even deeper at play. The unresolved mystery surrounding Kim Porter's passing and the toxic family dynamics that allegedly followed.
Well, Kim Porter, you know, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children,
Right.
has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
It's rewind to 2018, the year Kim Porter, Diddy's longtime partner and the mother of 3 of his children, tragically passed away. Official reports claimed she succumbed to pneumonia, but whispers of foul play have followed ever since. And now those whispers are turning into full-blown allegations. According to leaked details from an autopsy report, Kim was reportedly in good health just days before her passing. So how did things spiral so quickly? That's the question everyone's asking, adding fuel to the fire. Are claims that a casket for Kim was allegedly ordered a full week before her passing. Like what? Who does that? It's details like these that have conspiracy theorists and insiders alike calling for investigation. But here's where things get even murkier. At the time of Kim's passing, her personal belongings, her laptop phone, and other electronics were reportedly missing. You'd think someone with her resources and connections would have had these items on hand, right? Yet they were nowhere to be found. And then there's the condition of her body as described in the autopsy report. While foul play wasn't officially suspected, certain details like discoloration on her skin and odd contusions have raised more questions than answers. People are asking, was this really a natural passing, or is there more to the story?
And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through. The same thing, bro. Kim was going through the same thing. The beatings, you know what I'm saying?
Imagine being one of her daughters and hearing all of this as you grow up, even if you're not sure what to believe. Just the constant chatter about your mom's life and her untimely passing has to take a toll, and let's not forget the other allegations swirling around Diddy himself, from claims of controlling behaviors to shocking accusations of emotional and physical mistreatment. It's clear that this family's life is far from the picture-perfect image often portrayed in the media. Allegedly, Diddy's treatment of Kim during their relationship was so turbulent that it left lasting scars on their children, who witnessed it firsthand. One insider even claimed that Kim once confided in friends about her fear that Diddy might harm her if true. It's no wonder the daughters are reportedly looking for distance.
Do I think, yeah. There's no, every man possibly is capable. I think he's very capable of doing it. It's in his character. That's who he is. That's what comes with power. That's what comes with arrogance. That's what comes with, you know, what makes him, you know, power. That's just the selfishness that make you be like that.
But here's the twist. This isn't just about the past. It's also about what's happening right now after Diddy's arrest and subsequent legal troubles. His family dynamics seem to have shifted dramatically. At first, his children were seen rallying around Him showing support in court and on social media, but in recent months that united front has crumbled during Diddy's most recent court appearance, only his. Sons Justin and Christian showed up the daughters nowhere to be seen, and while family members were previously posting coordinated birthday messages and public displays of love, insiders are now saying those moments were staged scripted attempts to drum up sympathy for if that's true, it's pretty heartbreaking.
So yesterday, Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily, so I guess right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars.
For the daughters, this public unraveling of their family seems to have been the breaking point. Rumors suggest they've been meeting with attorneys to explore the legal steps necessary to emancipate themselves from their father's control. And honestly, can you blame them? Imagine I am being a teenager or young adult and having your family's darkest secrets plastered all over the news sources close to the family. Claim that the daughters are deeply hurt by everything they've heard and seen, not just about their father's alleged actions, but also about how the family has been handled in the wake of Kim's passing.
Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior to.
And speaking of Kim, let's talk about her legacy for a moment. Kim Porter was what's known as a loving, dedicated mother who put her children above everything else. Even those closest to her have described her as a kind, warm, and resilient person who always tried to see the best in people, even during difficult times. Yet their relationship with Diddy was anything but smooth. Reports from insiders paint a picture of a relationship filled with emotional highs and devastating lows. Allegedly, Diddy's controlling behavior often left Kim feeling trapped, and she confided in friends that their arguments could escalate to the point of physical altercations. One particularly shocking claim comes from someone who worked closely with the couple, who recalled a night when an argument turned into a full-blown fight involving objects being hurled across the room. The insider described Kim as someone who stood her ground despite the chaos, but it's clear that these moments left a lasting impact.
Because Kim had took the cork, you know where you open up wine? The corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist defending himself. And he almost, I think he had, I know he tore some ligaments, but he almost hit an artery or came close to the artery or either scratched it or cut it a little bit because he just kept bleeding.
Fast forward to today, and Kim's name is once again making headlines, this time in connection with a leaked memoir that allegedly contains explosive details about her life with Diddy. While the book's legitimacy has been hotly debated, it's reportedly filled with claims of mistreatment, manipulation, and even fear for her life. Diddy's legal team has of course called the book a sham, but that hasn't stopped it from becoming a bestseller and reigniting discussions about Kim's life and passing. And here's the kicker: Kim's own children, including Diddy's daughters, have publicly denied the book's authenticity, calling it a hurtful fabrication. Yet some fans and conspiracy theorists aren't convinced, pointing to the timing of the book's release and its eerie alignment with other allegations against Diddy.
You know, he get trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform acts with different, you know, male and different people, sometimes against her will.
It's hard not to feel for the daughters in all of this. They've been thrust into the spotlight in a way Noon could have prepared them for. On one hand, they're grappling with the loss of their mother and the unresolved questions surrounding her passing. On the other, they're watching their father face some of the most serious allegations imaginable. And through it all, they're trying to figure out who they are and what they stand for. If the rumors about their emancipation plans are true, it could mark a turning point not just for them, but for the entire Combs family. But there's the thing: the story doesn't end with Diddy's daughters allegedly walking away. In fact, it only gets messier from here. Let's talk about what's happening with Diddy's legal battles, and Therrell, his sons, are reportedly playing in all of this. If you thought the daughters' rumored emancipation was dramatic, wait until you hear about the allegations surrounding Justin and Christian Combs. These two have been dragged into the public eye with claims that they're not just standing by their father's side, but actively involved in some of the most shocking accusations. Yet, and trust us, this is the kind of stuff that leaves you questioning everything you thought you knew about this family.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Let's start with the court appearances. For months, Diddy has been fighting tooth and nail to get out on bail. He's offered everything from private security to putting up massive assets as collateral, but it hasn't worked. Why prosecutors argue that Diddy poses a danger to the community and that he can't be trusted to follow the rules. And honestly, the evidence they've presented is pretty wild. For starters, they claim that Diddy has been using three-way calls from prison to contact people he's not supposed to be talking to. How by getting other inmates to let him use their phone accounts. It's like something out of a movie, and it doesn't stop there. Allegedly, Diddy has been asking his family to pass along messages to potential witnesses, urging them to stay quiet or even change their stories. If true, this behavior is exactly why the courts keep denying him bail.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
But there's something that hasn't gotten as much attention. Prosecutors allege that Diddy isn't just using these calls to reach witnesses, he's also reportedly trying to influence public opinion. From behind bars, sources claim that Diddy is strategizing with his team to create social media campaigns aimed at swaying potential jurors. Remember those highly polished birthday videos from his kids? Prosecutors say they weren't spontaneous, all but part of a carefully orchestrated PR strategy, allegedly. Diddy even monitored audience engagement with these posts, tracking likes and comments to gauge public sentiment. If true, it shows just how far he's willing to go to spin the narrative in his favor. And get this, there are whispers that Diddy is using code words not just in phone calls, but in written correspondence as well. According to insiders, investigators have flagged certain letters and emails where seemingly innocent phrases carry hidden meanings. For example, a casual mention of recycling might actually refer to destroying evidence, while phrases about family gatherings could point to meetings meant to coordinate strategies. These claims are still under investigation, but if they hold up, it paints a picture of someone who's not just fighting for his freedom, but also trying to outmaneuver the legal system at every turn. It's a risky game, and so far, it doesn't seem to be paying off.